Welcome back into First Take. It was all good in the city of brotherly love after a drama-filled week in Philly, which saw A.J. Brown call out Jalen Hurts for passing woes. Hurts hit Brown late in the first quarter for a 5-yard TD. The pair celebrated with a little kid play. The Eagles have won their 10th straight game, which is a franchise record. Here's Hurts and Brown.
So that's what y'all want to see, huh?
Yeah, you said you'll figure this out. Is that what we saw tonight?
We found a way to win the game.
You had that celebration with Jalen after the touchdown. I know you guys have done it before, but was that kind of a good way to show people like?
For sure. That was our moment to tell everybody, shut up.
I like the Kangol throwback. He is an old soul, Jalen Hurts. He's smooth. S.A., do you believe the Eagles have put the drama behind them?
No. We'll see. You did it for 1 week. We'll see as the season progresses. We understand what this is about. The Philadelphia Eagles right now are arguably the best team, clearly in the NFC, possibly in the National Football League, and there are expectations. You got a franchise record 10-game winning streak. We're looking at you, and we have expectations. You did, instead of A.J. Brown sitting up there talking about everybody, wants to shut up, you should be thanking us. That's what you should be doing, because the attention that we brought to it finally got him the ball. Remember, he comes into the season, only got 48 receptions. He was sitting up there upset about the fact that they needed to improve their passing. Jalen Hurts has a near-perfect passer rating in the first half, completing 12 of 13 passes, for crying out loud. 146 yards, Shannon was throwing the football, getting the ball to his receivers, displaying for Philadelphia faithful. We actually do have a passing attack. Damn it, why haven't you been doing it? All right, so it was great to see yesterday against the Pittsburgh Steelers, no doubt about that. But it took you long enough. So rather than whining and talking about, is that what y'all want to see? Yeah, that's what the hell we wanted to see, because we know what you're capable of, and you finally showed us. So it was good to see, period.
Well, I want to see if everything is okay once he gets minimal targets. Now, I saw what happened yesterday when he had 100 yards and had a touchdown. But what happens when he has yards? Because the week before, they won.
Yeah.
But he didn't get his numbers. They won. He got his numbers. He's happy. So we're going to see what happens when he doesn't get his numbers again. They brought this on themselves. Ain't nobody say anything. We didn't know there was an issue going on with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. It was him. And he say, shut up. Bro, y'all blame the media.
You're saying it was A.J.
Yeah. I'm saying y'all blame the media. Y'all brought it to the media.
Yeah.
You opened
You're the one who said passing.
Yes. You brought this to us. Yeah. We cover it. Now we the bad guys.
And then Brandon Graham just added more fuel to the fire.
So what we gonna do about Brandon? Guys, just go. I've never seen a team that wins and then have more dysfunction. I can see if they were losing, but it'd be very interesting to see if they lose a game.
How about that? But you know what? You could say lose the game. Well, if they win the game, but you got the same problems that you had before yesterday. See, that's really what it comes down to. And so, in the end, again, in the case of A.J. Brown, you should be thanking us, because the attention that we brought to it is what compelled them, not just Jalen Hurts, but Nick Sirianni, because Sirianni's got that kind of personality.
Yeah.
Let's shut him up. You see these people chirping and they're talking. Let's go out there and let's shut them up. That's Nick Sirianni. That's how he rolls, okay? Yeah. Jalen Hurts, is that what y'all want to see? Yeah, that's what the hell we wanted to see. And we want to see it next week and the week after. And damn sure want to see it in the postseason. Get it together, okay? Yeah. And A.J. Brown, say thank you, bro. Show your appreciation, okay? Stop being ungrateful.
I'll wait for the day that an athlete thanks First Take.
Yeah, Jalen, we don't want to see a guy that's making $53 million throw for 118 yards.
That's right.
I'm sorry. No, we don't want to see that. Yeah, we want to see more numbers like this.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was an issue because even when you won, there was complaining amongst some of the guys on the opposite side of football. Everybody's happy. A.J. went over 100. Devontae went over 100. Hurts had a great day throwing the football. Let's just see what happens when we go back to that 150-yard passing and neither guy
when things aren't as comfortable.
Also,
I hear you.
Keep this in mind, too. 11 to 13 completed passes for Jalen Hurts in man coverage. Well, what's the word out about him? When it's man coverage, he's one thing.
Yeah.
When it's zone coverage and he's got to read through stuff, it's a little bit different for him. So let's see how that happens as it progresses.
Let me throw something at else at you guys. Obviously, things should seem to be all good with Hurts and Brown there. But there was another incident that came into question when defensive tackle Jalen Carter's unnecessary roughness penalty that was nearly gave the Steelers the ball back in the Eagles' territory, leading to a heated exchange on the sideline between Carter, head coach Nick Sirianni, that eventually ended with what appeared to be an amicable side hug. Love a good side hug. Shay, is this something or nothing?
Look, it's two coaches. Obviously, it's not something that you normally see. Occasionally, you do see it. But as I was mentioning earlier, I don't know if I've ever seen a team that's winning more that seems to have more sideline dysfunction than the Philadelphia Eagles. I just don't.
Who does that fall on, Shannon? Now, does that fall on Nick Sirianni, the head coach, or is that the leaders of the team, Jalen Hurts?
That's the coach, because you see the coach a lot of times, he's up there bickering with the fans. What I tell you? What you got to say now? Now he's arguing with another head coach. So, you know, the team takes on the personality of the head coach.
Yeah.
And so when they see this kind of stuff going on with the head coach, they think it's okay. But like I said, I don't know if I've seen a team that's winning more than the Philadelphia Eagles have so much dysfunction on the sideline.
You just answered the question for me, but I'm going to ask it anyway, even though I might engage in redundancy. Because I'm looking at that and I'm saying, if that were Bill Belichick, because you made the mistake.
Oh, absolutely not.
If that was he would have never won at Bill Belichick
No.
like that. Now, I've seen Phil Simms go at Bill Parcells like that, but most people ain't going at Bill Parcells like that. You know, I saw Travis Kelce in the Super Bowl go at Andy Reid a little bit, get me the damn ball, but you don't see people going at Andy Reid like that normally. I'm just looking at a guy like Jalen Carter, and I'm not knocking him for it. Young, ultra talented, we get all of that, but in the same breath, a different coach. You're the one that made the mistake out there. I mean, what does it say to you about the coach that this cat felt comfortable enough to go at Nick Sirianni like that?
Yeah, I think the thing you mentioned, players going at head coaches, I've never seen another coach go at the head coach.
Got you.
And I think the thing is with this is that what he was trying to say is, look, I got him. He made a mistake. Hey, let's not harp on it. But if I'm the head coach, bro, stand down.
That's right.
Stand down now. I said I am going to talk to said player.
Got it.
That ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
Stand down. I'm going to talk to hey, Jalen, we can't have that because that puts us in a bad spot because, hey, you either coach it and condone it. So I'm going to try to correct it before it gets out of hand, before it happens again. But I don't like the situation. I understand the coach is going to protect the player. But at the end of the day, when the head coach steps to the podium or steps up, that means everybody else should stand down. That's the only way it can function. You have to have a chain of command. And on the sideline, the head coach is the highest, is at the top of the pecking order. So everything else falls accordingly. So that's how.
Do you feel like he's a good enough coach where it like covers a multitude of sins, that his personality is someone that's fighting with fans and things like that?
His record speaks for itself. And he's been to the playoffs every year. Nick Sirianni is a damn good coach. Well, I asked Shannon that question because I saw him, my bad in terms of not Jalen Carter, but the coach himself protecting him and shielding the head coach. Like, wait a minute, that's what I needed to hear from you. Stand down. You know, if I'm in an authoritative position and I want to talk to a subordinate, which the player is, and the assistant coach is, what the hell is going on? Are you standing in my way? Have you lost your mind? Move
That's what I'm saying. So is the personality, the leadership, is that problematic? I feel like that could cost them at some point. It could end up being,
Shannon. It could end up being.
The mere fact that he thought he could step to and challenge and said what he said. Now, I don't know what he was saying, but it's the mere fact that he thought he could. And that he did,
that says everything.
Tells you everything you need.
Because nobody's perfect. And even people in positions of authority may make mistakes. I get that. And they can, and you can talk to them. But how you talk to them matters. If I'm the boss and you have a conversation with me, that's one thing. If you're rolling up on me like we on equal playing field, I'm going to minimize you real quick. Real quick.
I need to talk. I need to talk.
What?
You need to talk to who?
Yeah. Tone.
Really?
Tone.
Tone matters.
You need to call?
Really?
Who I need to call? Somebody that you need to talk to like that.
That's right.
You're not going to talk to me like that.
Let's call for your employment. How about that? Let's see what that's about.
Molly, Stephen A., as the head coach, there's certain things. There must be a chain of command. And there might be behind closed doors. Coaches go at it. Publicly, that can't happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because everybody's watching.
Yeah.
And the players are watching like, well, hold on. He talked to you like that. I can talk to you like that. And he talked to you like that.
It's messy, family business. He stays in house.
And then not only that, if Nick Sirianni is guilty of anything based on what we're seeing,
Yeah.
it's that he overemphasizes the importance of being a player's guy and ingratiating himself with them on that level. There has to be a chain of command, and it has to be understood when you're going up against the elite teams, because a coach that has that chain of command in place, they're going to have an advantage of you when it counts most.
You got to know the code, like Michael Corleone. Never tell anyone outside the family what you're thinking. You know I follow that.
Yeah.
I give that to you.
You give
Eagles Nest News. Eagles drama, victories, and what's next. Hey, what's up, Eagles fans? Welcome back to Eagles Nest News, your go-to spot for all things Philadelphia Eagles. I hope everyone's doing great, because it's been quite the roller coaster week for our birds in Philly. We've had drama, controversy, and some fantastic victories. But through it all, the Eagles have shown what they're made of, proving that, despite the noise, this team is a force to be reckoned with. Today, we're diving deep into everything that went down recently, including the fiery tensions between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, the questions about the Eagles' offense, and what it all means for the rest of the season. Stick with me as we break it down. The drama, Hurts, Brown, and the city of brotherly love. First, let's talk about the tension that surrounded the Eagles last week. If you've been following, you know that A.J. Brown had some pretty harsh words after a victory, where he was frustrated with the lack of passing attempts. Specifically, he called out Jalen Hurts for not throwing enough to him earlier in the season. This wasn't just a small complaint, it was a public call-out, and that definitely raised some eyebrows. In an interview, Brown made it clear that his frustration had been building up. When asked about the touchdown celebration he shared with Hurts, he said, "That was our moment to tell everybody, shut up." It was an interesting response, especially since it showed that AJ was feeling like the media and fans were too quick to criticize their connection. And to be honest, I think many fans could relate to that frustration. We all saw how Brown was barely getting the ball in those first few games, and he was vocal about wanting to be more involved in the offense. After all, we know what kind of weapon he is. He's one of the top wide receivers in the league, and when you've got a guy like that on your team, you want to make sure you're feeding him the ball. Now, in the game that followed, we saw something different. The Eagles' offense finally got its act together. Hurts threw for nearly perfect numbers, completing 12 out of 13 passes in the first half for 146 yards. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and others were involved in the passing game, with both Brown and Smith going over 100 yards. The Eagles' offense showed the NFL what it was capable of when they decided to balance the run with a potent passing attack. And you know what? It was great to see. Finally, Jalen Hurts was able to throw down the field and prove that he's not just a dual-threat quarterback, he can air it out when needed. That's the type of game we've been waiting for from this team, especially with all the noise about the passing game being too predictable or one-dimensional. This victory wasn't just about winning the game. It was about silencing the critics and showing the world that this offense is diverse, dynamic, and capable of much more than just running the ball. The Eagles' winning streak and the bigger picture. Let's take a step back and look at where the Eagles are right now. They've won 10 straight games, setting a franchise record. This team has found a way to win week after week, and despite the drama, they are still one of the best teams in the NFC, possibly in the entire NFL. And yet, some people are still questioning them. Why is that? I think it's because the Eagles haven't always won in the most perfect way. Sure, they've been dominant at times, but there have been moments when the offense didn't look as sharp as it could be. And that's where the drama comes in. The comments from A.J. Brown about his targets, combined with the occasional sideline tension, have made some people wonder if there's a deeper issue in the locker room. But let's be real for a moment. Is this really a problem for a team that's been winning every week? The Eagles are winning games in a variety of ways. Sometimes it's the defense, other times it's the running game, and in this recent outing, it was the passing attack. This team has the ability to adapt and overcome obstacles, and that's why they're successful. Yes, there was some drama between Hurts and Brown earlier this season, but isn't that just part of the game? You have elite players who want to win, and sometimes that leads to frustration. The real question is how you handle that frustration. In this case, Hurts and Brown seem to have worked it out. They celebrated together after the touchdown, and it looks like they're moving forward as a unit. I think we should be more focused on the bigger picture. The Eagles are doing what it takes to win. They've built a winning culture, and even though there might be some noise off the field, on the field, they're getting the job done. The sideline drama. What's going on with Nick Sirianni? But it's not just the players who've been at the center of controversy. Let's talk about head coach Nick Sirianni for a moment. Now, we all know that Sirianni has been a bit of a fiery character since taking over the job. He's not afraid to show emotion, whether it's hyping up the crowd or getting into it with players, or even the refs. But recently there was an incident with defensive tackle Jalen Carter that sparked some discussion. During a game, Carter was flagged for unnecessary roughness, which nearly gave the Pittsburgh Steelers the ball back in Eagles territory. The penalty caused a heated exchange between Sirianni and Carter on the sideline. While things eventually cooled down with a hug, many people started to wonder if there was more going on behind the scenes. Is Sirianni's intense, player-friendly approach leading to issues on the sideline? Shannon Sharpe, one of the NFL's most outspoken analysts, pointed out that a coach's behavior sets the tone for the entire team. And it's true. If players see their head coach arguing with the fans or other coaches, it can send the wrong message. But here's the thing. Sirianni's record speaks for itself. He's a damn good coach who's led the Eagles to consistent success. He knows how to motivate his players and get the best out of them. Sure, there might be some sideline drama now and then, but does that really overshadow the overall success this team has had under his leadership? At the end of the day, every team has its flaws. Even the most successful franchises go through internal struggles. The Eagles are no different, but what sets them apart is their ability to overcome these hurdles and still find ways to win. Whether it's managing egos, dealing with sideline disagreements, or adjusting to different game situations, this team has shown resilience. What's next for the Eagles? So what's next for the Philadelphia Eagles? After 10 straight wins, it's clear that they are a Super Bowl contender. The drama? It's already behind them. The key now is for the team to keep their focus on the ultimate goal, winning a championship. They have the talent, the leadership, and the firepower to go all the way. And let's not forget the chemistry between Hurts and Brown. That's a combination that could carry this team far. But the real question is, can they keep it all together? The NFL season is a long one, and things can change quickly. Injuries, mental fatigue, or even locker room issues can derail a promising season. But if the Eagles continue to stay focused, maintain their chemistry, and execute their game plans, they have every chance to make it to the playoffs and beyond. And as we wrap up today's discussion, I want to hear from you, the Eagles Nation. What do you think? Is all this drama behind us, or do you think the Eagles still have work to do? How confident are you in the Eagles' chances to make a deep playoff run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more Eagles content right here on Eagles Nest News. Let's get ready for another exciting chapter in this season. Until next time, fly Eagles fly.